And the mother organization is the Human Aid Society. I am reminded of the one function when I was the executive chairman of the State Legal Services Authority, Jammu and Kashmir. We conducted a live program in Baramulla a year before and organized by this Human Aid Society and supported by the Legal Services Authority. Time and again before I come to the written speech, which I thought I should share and distribute among you. The only concern of all of us, which is lurking in our minds, and our own from the day of our birth, is that we are shaped by home, we are created by home. Our Creator is as per our faith and belief. We have different faiths, we may have different beliefs, but the Creator is one. He has not found any difference in creating a Sikh or a Muslim, or for that matter a Hindu. And with that faith and belief, the first school of teaching or giving, shaping the child is mother. No two opinions about that. When you are reared well, when mother shapes the child well, then the role of father also. And all those family members around, with elders, then you go well. I am proud of sharing my example, because this is the time to share with the dearest students here, or some my dear daughters, or your young boys and girls, and all those elders present, that I had no resource to be shamed like reaching the Chief Justice of this High Court of Jammu and Kashmir. But how it all happened, the credit goes to my parents. The credit goes to my teacher, who was 24/7 available in the far-off village of South Kashmir. The credit goes to the society heads in the village. The credit goes to all the neighbors. The credit goes to all present and shaping. Gone are those days. It is a materialistic world. Everybody is after money. Why this interest, tension, etc.? Because we are in the age of competition. Competition is all right. We have to compute. We have to compete. For what? For becoming a realist man. Really who will serve the society. But we are not doing that. We can destroy the society for making millions and millions. One becomes a business magnate. He wants to earn out of within the shortest possible time. But he doesn't leave any stone unturned to see that he bears the wealth, smells the wealth by destroying the society. These are the examples. So, the audience present here, it is with great humility that I stand before you today to address this gathering. I feel compelled and bound to state a principle that I have lived by all my life. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. As I am thinking of better words to put forth in order to emphasize the necessity and the beautiful reality that follows a robust conviction for social reform and change, I am reminded of the momentous speech by Martin Luther King. I had dreamed that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I had a dream that one day, out in the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brother. I had a dream that one day even the state of Pisidia, a city sweating with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into a voice of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by their character. I have a dream today. I will start my speech by what Martin Luther King is remembered with a have a dream. I have a dream. I have dreams for this nation, for our children, for our mothers, daughters and men, for everyone who lives to see this day and whoever is to come as a testament to God's grace. With the ever so quickly changing times, this sad reality that perpetuates and has crept as evidence to all ill wills in that our society is marked by deep-rooted inequalities, systemic discriminations, and injustice that disproportionately affect marginalized communities. We cannot afford to remain silent or complacent and any longer. With money menaces staring at us like a rabid dog, I feel like it is my utmost duty. Identification. In my career that has spanned over decades now, I do come to understand that the present-day youth is deeply afflicted with stress. I fathom that a lot of people would have expected me to talk about things like drugs, unemployment, and issues like that. I will come to that. But allow me a little diversion, for my judicial mind is inclined to go a little deeper in the problem. With the advent of the 21st century, not only has the life become easier, but it has become tougher, especially for our youth. My video quotes, I quote, I have learned that making a living is not the same thing as making a life. We are all caught up in the mad rat race to make it and to be at the top. I am deeply of the belief that the affliction of perfectionism and unfettered stresses of life have rendered our young generation vulnerable of these diseases of drugs and damaging life patterns, and when they are defenseless and not of better coping mechanisms, they fall prey. This is not to entirely put the blame out there on parents or caregivers, but we have to create a safety around our children, students, for them to fall back apart. As much there is a responsibility to take care, we have the duty to give care. We have to give love. We have to nurture them with their utmost sense of belonging and fragility, and every time they falter, they can come with us without the fear or sense of judgment. And the duty does not end there. There comes the watch and ward of these children to ensure that they fall prey to the ill wills of society. Wrong done in the past cannot be corrected in retrospect. Rather, the only change that will come to us is by reforming our society to the best of our ability. Social issues such as poverty, inequality, discrimination, and justice can have negative impacts on people's lives, limiting their opportunities and well-being. From ancient times till the present times, there have been numerous struggles and either lost centuries together or a span much shorter. By respect to the time span, what yielded world-altering results was the preserves of the people and the unfaltering courage to cling on the notion of reform to alter the course of world. From French Revolution to the right of women to vote, and we have come a long way. What does that teach us? That when people come together and put their heart, mind, courage in, but rather than bringing you with examples that are distant and far-fetched, let us take a closer look to what hits home more our faith, that is Islam. In Islam, social responsibility is a fundamental concept that emphasizes the importance of individuals and communities working together to create a just and equitable society. Muslims are taught to be socially responsible and to use their resources and abilities to help those in need and to promote social justice. One of the central tenets of Islam is the concept of zakat. This obligation is a form of social responsibility that helps us to elevate poverty and support vulnerable members of the community. The concept of charity is greatly emphasized in Islam, that even a smile is considered as charity. Islam also places a strong emphasis on social justice and equity. Muslims are encouraged to speak out against injustice and to work towards creating a society where everyone is treated with fairness and respect. Islam established ways of conduct, relationship, and rights and obligations for the individuals vis-a-vis members of his family and the nation, and for the nation vis-a-vis other nations. Possessing an inner sense of responsibility for its own members and resisting decay both individually and collectively. This social solidarity, takaful, is apparent in all aspects of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The history of mankind shows that few societies have developed as strong a sense of solidarity or have cooperated as closely or acted as mercifully as have Islamic society. The individual has responsibility for the community in Islamic societies, and conversely, the community's responsibility for the individual are of primary magnitude, constituting a trust of life and the highest of its responsibility. It is for that reason that Islam introduced community worship. Islam also enjoins the group not to neglect the individual, obligating faith to safeguard his various interests, respect his rights and freedom, and to harmonize different interests. In Islam, praying in groups is preferred many times over praying individually. The individual is thus an integral element of the Islamic society. He perfects it and is perfected by it. He gives it to and receives from it, and he protects it and is protected by it. Developing this two-way responsibility is Islam's principle, way of achieving reform and social solidarity. Islam has impressed the meaning of these two types of responsibility on the individual and collective conscience in order to guarantee for Muslims the life of a unified, sound, happy and productive body in a classless community. I am reminded of beautiful narrative. It goes as Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said. I quote, "Every one of you is a shepherd, and every one of you will be questioned about those under his rule. The ruler is a shepherd, and he will be questioned about his subjects. The man is a shepherd in his family, and he will be questioned about those under his care. And the woman is a shepherd in the house of her husband, and she will be questioned about those under her care. Thus every one of you is a shepherd and responsible for those under his care." Al-Bukhari. This deeply points us in the direction that every person will be held accountable for the actions and will be made answerable for every act undertaken by them. Now I come to Sikhism, Guru Nanak and social reforms. As a social reformer, Guru Nanak Dev Ji upheld many causes, helping the poor and outcasts and the downtrodden and championed equality for women. He composed 947 hymns including Japji Ji Sahib, Asadi Wal, Barupa, Sabkosh. Guru Nanak Dev always opposed caste system. He preached that human race has only one caste, then why people fight for lower and higher caste. Guru Nanak Dev said, I quote, "When you reach the abode of God, He will not ask you for your caste, but you will be asked for your deeds. So instead of caring for any caste and creed, you should only concentrate for the welfare of society." Guru Nanak combined deep spiritual yearnings with the idea of social reforms that were far ahead of his times. He emphasized equality at the level social economic. He spoke strongly against superstition and rituals which had no rationality. What is most remarkable is that Guru Nanak was able to preach radical social reforms not only in those areas where he had many followers, but in ancient even entirely new areas. He traveled thousands of miles, reaching as far as everyone lived a life and treated the person next with a little more kindness and love. The world would be a better place. They are the foundations upon which human relationships are built, and they play an essential role in shaping the world we live in. Love and kindness are powerful tools that can transform the world, heal wounds, and bring people together. As the Dalai Lama said, be kind whenever possible, it is always possible. Our collaborative layer stems from empathy, the capacity to share, understand, and care about what others feel. individuals who feel empathy in abundance experience greater happiness and less stress and make friends more easy. These benefits ripple outwards. Patients of empathetic doctors are more established with their care. Spouses of empathic individuals are more satisfied with their marriage. Children of empathic parents are better able to manage their emotions, and employees empathic manager suffers less from stress-related illness. Empathy strengthens our social fabric, encouraging generosity towards strangers, tolerance for people who look for think differently than we do, and commitment to environment sustainability. With all that being said, I think it is important to mention a few things that we can all do individually to identify the social problems and also the measures we can take to make a world a little. Now the first subject is education ourselves. Educating ourselves. It is important to educate ourselves about the issues and injustice that exist in our society. This can involve reading books, watching documentaries, or attending lectures and seminars. By understanding the root causes of social problems, we can better understand how to address them. Educating for change. We can educate for change by speaking out against injustice, attending process and release, supporting organizations that work to promote social reforms. We can also use social media to raise awareness about social issues and to connect with like-minded individuals. Volunteering. Volunteering our time and resource can be a powerful way to support social reform efforts. This can involve volunteering at a local non-profit organization, participating in community service projects, or donating money to organizations that work to promote social justice. Voting. Voting is one of the most important responsibilities we have as citizens. By voting in elections, we have the power to choose leaders who will work to promote social reform and to hold elected officials accountable for their action. Practicing empathy and understanding. Practicing empathy and understanding towards others is a crucial part of promoting social reform. By listening to the experiences of marginalized communities and working to understand their perspective, we can better educate for change and promote greater inclusivity and understanding in society. With all that being said, I am reminded of a beautiful poem by Rabindranath Tagore. I quote, "I have had my invitation to this world's festival, and thus my life has been blessed. My eyes have seen and my ears have heard. It was my part at this feast to play upon my instrument, and I have done all I could. Now I ask, has the time come at last when I may go in and see thy post and offer my silent salutations? I hope my salutations have been accepted and that my gift is accepted, for I am barely trying to give my peace. I hope we take pieces of advice and love with us for ourselves and for those we act as guiding." You have heard me patiently. So this subject I prepared for about two and a half days. I thought it would be circulated amongst you. I make it available. The world has advanced. दुनिया ने बहुत तरक्की। हर एक इंडिविजुअल जो है, आज हम सब यहाँ जमा हैं। बशीर साहब एक तरफ से दौड़ रहा है, कामरान कयामत साहब दूसरी तरफ से दौड़ रहे हैं,